Hi friends! The developers have shared the upcoming 2.0 update trailer with us, and it's amazing! Today, we're going to break it down. In the first frame, we immediately see the updated interface, background, and game graphics. We now have a real background, a car factory, and truly pleasant graphics. In the second frame, we see a new car class, Utility. Now, it will be possible to create practical cars, pickups, and vehicles with off-road capabilities. Next is the material selection. What I noticed that's new is the production equipment cost, which differs significantly from the production cost itself. I can assume this is the final cost of launching the car, and we can see how this figure changes based on the material choice. This means cheap steel or aluminum will be cheaper to produce than carbon fiber. Next, they dynamically show us a new stage of car creation. First, you can now mirror the air intake, which wasn't possible before. Second, there's a new parameter, appeal. Now our car body has this stat, and game critics will evaluate how relevant our car is. So, appearance is no longer just a formality. Also, there's a new background and a nice interface. The engine stage is the most interesting part. It has a full redesign and a new look. Now, the engines are shown from a side view instead of a top-down view, right in the style of the game. They also show step-by-step assembly. We see intake systems, multiple carburetors, fuel systems, and the ability to change the exhaust manifold. There is an engine start button, and we can hear the real sound of a V10 engine. As the developers told us, a colossal amount of work was done on the sounds. We also see a new parameter, fuel efficiency, measured in percentages. This is also a new feature of the update. A completely new feature is moving the engine into the car body. We see two empty buttons, a crane, and a transfer system. Now, the engine must be physically installed into the car, and I think this is one of the coolest functions of the update. This will affect mass, grip, and weight distribution, as they wrote to us. This will affect the physics, friends. Definitely a worthwhile feature, not just a picture. Also, after installation, you can see that you can add another engine or finish the installation. I understand that by clicking the button, you can choose electric motors and create a hybrid, and now it will look exactly like this. Next, another one of the brightest frames for me is the interior change. The first thing that catches the eye is the choice of interior materials. Yes, we asked for it, and we got it. A stunning feature for customization. What also really attracted me is the seat styles. You can choose different designs. I even saw seats from the new BMW M3 here, in several variations at once. You can make real replicas, and this is a worthy feature. There is a especially large selection of handmade seats and seats with the Italian flag. I think this will be expanded in the future, but it's a very nice bonus for customizing your car. Also, finally, we are getting RGB painting for our interior and a third slider for brightness. You can make burgundy, dark brown, or really any color that exists in nature. It's clear that a big emphasis was placed on interior customization, and that's great to see. The next frame is the downforce adjustment. It affects consumption and handling. You can also notice how low the car tilted during adjustment. Most likely, this is part of the new physics engine, where every action will physically change the car. Next, the final window. We see that a random choice button has appeared in the name change section, which will now make the game easier for those who don't know what to name their car. The region choices are now completely updated. We see descriptions for different regions, images, and the absence of points like population, wealth, etc. On the circulation, volume, selection screen, we see the option to choose a presentation for the car. Also, new characteristics, like production equipment cost and production speed. Apparently, speed will now be an important parameter, and the choice of parts will affect it. Here is the presentation itself. We see how they evaluate the engine and technology, interior and comfort, as well as the body and appearance. This is a very interesting mechanic because our cars will now have to be presented to the public and we'll need to surprise them with something. I don't know yet how they evaluate them, but I think we'll need to figure this mechanic out. In the next frame, we see the audience's reaction and a new fan counter. In the end, a successful presentation increases the sales percentage or decreases it in case of a bad one. On the critic's screen, it seems nothing has changed. But the menu is quite interesting because we see a new button for office improvements instead of a full menu. And the newspapers now show the date. On the marketing screen, there is a completely new marketing system. Now, we choose the company size and see the car we are promoting instead of just text. We also choose the number of days, which affects efficiency. On the statistics screen, a trends tab has appeared, as well as a rumors mechanic. We see opinions about our company from users, which adds a lot of life. Also, few people noticed, but we see the Italian flag and the word Rome. And yes, we will now be able to choose the starting location of our company. Bravo! In the leaderboards, we see a more convenient menu, as well as company statistics for the past year. This comparison will show the dynamics well. We also see a list of 38 companies, which means that we will now not only deal with the top 10, but we'll see all automakers. The Racing Championship screen. And here, you can see interesting innovations. We have a background, which is a racing garage, and a driver, which hints at possible team management. There's a dialogue window, which means there will be conversations with employees and possibly story moments. In the background, you can see the GT1 logo and a notification that the race will start in 352 days, which means you will need to prepare for the championship. The next screen shows the growth of our company and office improvements. And one of the interesting shots is the race. Cars now drive on the track, a finishing animation has appeared, and this yellow Lamborghini beautifully ends the 2.0 trailer. And that's all. We look forward to the release of the update, and bye everyone.